Islam. Today is Saturn Day, Saturday, day of Saturn, Saturn Day. It is the 7th. It is the last day of the week, the Sabbath day, the day in which Yah rested. So today we're dealing with the 7 energy and we're dealing with Saturn energy. Saturn is the planet of restriction, limitation, and structure. And we would say discipline, but discipline really just has to deal with learning a lesson. So I guess we could say that it's discipline as well, because Saturn does teach you lessons. And it does have to deal with you getting in touch with, and it also has to deal with you, handling responsibility and hardship and setbacks, being that it is the planet of restriction. Saturn in other cultures is referred to as the ebony cube. I don't use the term black. Black means pale. So ebony cube, ebony boxes. So for instance, like all of your TVs, all of your cell phones and things of that nature, they're now ebony boxes. So they work off of the Saturn principle, right? Okay? So Saturn has to deal with structure in your life and where you are limited, where you are restricted, and where you are learning responsibilities and discipline. Right now, Saturn in the heavens is in Capricorn. That is its ruling sign. So Saturn rules Capricorn, so Saturn is in its own rulership. When a planet is in its own rulership, it's referred to as dignified. So Saturn is dignified right now, which means no other planet has governance over Saturn. And Saturn has governance over itself. So Saturn basically rules the age, the entire age that we're in right now. Even though we're in the Aquarian age, Aquarius is in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is in Leo. Leo is ruled by the Sun. The Sun is in, excuse me. The Sun is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the Moon. And by now, the Moon is in Aries again, because it was in Pisces. So today it should be, yes, today it should be in Aries. And Aries is ruled by the Sun. So actually right now, yes, if Aries is ruled by the Moon is ruled by Mars. Mars is ruled by the Sun. So actually, right now, it's in between the Sun and Mars. But once it moves again into Taurus, by tomorrow, then, it will move back into Saturn. Nonetheless, Saturn is in Capricorn, so it's in its own rulership. And Capricorn is the planet of the sign of acquisition and accomplishment. So, Capricorn would be the goat, the mountain goat, climbing the mountain. You know how the mountain goats cling to the mountain, and it seems almost unrealistic how they're able to do so. How they'll be able to cling to little small rocks on the mountain and still be able to climb all the way to the top. So that means they could get by off of just a little, being an earth sign. So that means they're very practical and very determined at climbing the ladder. This is no surprise, seeing as though it is the sign at the top of the heavens. Right? It's the 10th sign. It's the 10th sign and the sign at the top. Right? So in order to be at the top, you must be disciplined. So Saturn and Capricorn go hand in hand. So, as I was speaking before about Jupiter being in retrograde, right? Jupiter was in retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So, the planet of abundance, being in the sign of money, is being ruled by the planet of regeneration, meaning Pluto wipes the slate clean and then rebuilds over again. It erases and then rebuilds. So, that's in the sign of Capricorn. Accomplishments, acquisitions. So what you have accomplished up till now and what you have acquired up to now, if it's not right and exact, it's going to be wiped clean, right? And then built over again. Now, you can take charge and do it yourself, but if you don't, Pluto will see to it that, you know, life does it for you, right? And that's ruled by Saturn in Capricorn, the planet of limitation, discipline, restriction, and responsibility. So if ultimately you're not being responsible enough to try to climb the ladder and better yourself, to seek a higher position in life, a higher status. Shout out to Moorish Americans teaching people about nationality, because that's also coming down the pipe, meaning if you're not trying to be in your proper status, you're going to fall. You're going to be wiped out, right, and rebuilt over. That's why they're coming with the 2020 United States Corporation Census. And you NBC, Negro, black, colored people are going to have to figure out what you're going to put on that, because it's going to be something different. You know, in fact, I heard that they're even going to ask you, what is your exact African ancestry? So, you know, DNA companies is about to make a whole lot of money off of y'all, because all y'all going to run to the DNA companies to tell you how African you are. Right? Even though no such people will ever come from the continent and claim you, because this is your land, standing on your own land, and you're having dreams and fantasies about being from somewhere else. Yes, we are connected with those people through the ancient Kushite Empire, which spanned the entire world. So, yeah, we're Kushites. So Kushites are Americans, Kushites are Africans, Kushites are Asians, Kushites are the original Europeans, which is Moors. But back on topic. Saturn, right, is retrograde. So it's giving you actually a chance to get your stuff in line before it goes direct again and starts really limiting you guys. Right? So Jupiter, right now, the planet of abundance and money, is being restricted. It's being restricted by Saturn. Right? Saturn ultimately has dominion over Jupiter. So restriction ultimately has dominion over abundance right now. So your abundance needs to come by getting in line with Saturn, actually. Disciplining yourself, right? You have to remain disciplined in your attempt to climb the ladder. Not so much the corporate ladder, but climb the ladder of yourself. Remember, Capricorn is the planet of, the sign of accomplishment, right? The sign of accomplishment and the sign of acquisition, meaning what you actually physically acquire. What you actually materially and physically accomplish. Your assets. Your business. Who you've helped in life. Right? So that also means racking up satisfied clients. Satisfied people who you've actually done work for and improved their lives. Help them climb the ladder. Right? Because Capricorn is the sign of the natural 10th house. And the natural 10th house deals with collective or group psychology. So the group psychology naturally is material. Yes. Meaning you come together on people based on what you can accomplish together. What you can acquire together. This is why Caucasians win. Right? Not to make this about ethnicity or nationality, but, you know, didn't Elijah Muhammad say, study them because they are successful? Yes. The natural 10th house is Capricorn. The natural ruler of that is Saturn. Saturn's in Capricorn. So, what that means is, and Capricorn is Baphomet, and Baphomet is a sign of the Moors. So, really, they're lining themselves up with our energy because Satan and Saturn is one and the same. Satan is the adversary because Saturn is usually viewed as an adversary. Why? Because it's going to teach you a lesson. It's against anything improper that you're doing. It's an adversary to anything that is not structured, meaning BS. It's against all BS. So it's forcing you to get yourself right so that you can better yourself in the world. You need discipline. You need order. You need structure. You know? Ra's shining bright. I have to keep switching views. Right? So you have to structure yourself. Right? So if you're structuring yourself in a way that is going to help you acquire more resources, right? It's going to help you build your business. Because you all have a business. You just haven't discovered it yet. If you're still working a 9 to 5 and you are not pursuing some type of entrepreneurial enterprise, right? I advise all people to look into that, because Pluto being in Capricorn, Capricorn rules over organizations as well. Remember, structure. An organization is a structure, right? Or structure. In order to build a structure, you have to have organization, right? So, Pluto, wipe the slate clean and build over. These corporations are shutting down. Toys R Us, others. United States Corporation is folding. I mean, it already folded. It's super folding now, you know? So it's really not something you want to keep investing in. You know, back on that other topic, you guys are still fighting to be recognized by the United States Corporation, and they're on their way out, you know. But, you know, you fighting to try to be recognized by the losing team. Where they do that at? But, you know, structure, discipline, accomplishment, acquisition will lead you to an abundance of money, sexuality, and power. Because how you get money is through sexuality or sexual energy, regenerative energy, right? Because sexual energy is regenerative energy. You regenerate an entire human being onto the earth through sexual energy. So, in order to replenish your money, and now since Jupiter is in Pluto, you can super abundantly replenish your money, especially when it goes direct in 3 days. Look out for that, because I've been preparing you all this week, and those of you who have gotten readings know that if you align yourself with this frequency of hard work, planning, structure, acquiring, accomplishing, your money will increase tenfold over the next couple of months. In fact, over the next year, if you're doing it correctly. You know, if you're structuring your life in a way that's beneficial to you. Because if you don't do it, Pluto's going to wipe you out. And then Saturn is right in line with that as well. You know, meaning if what you're about is BS, it's going to fail. Period. That's just the way of the stars. Stars don't lie. You know, so this is my realistic advice that I'm giving you guys. This video is a long video because Saturn is a very important planet right now. So yeah, you know, for today, the age is being ruled simultaneously by the Sun and Mars. Right, and the Moon. Right, between those three. By tomorrow, it's back to Saturn ruling the age. Because, well, maybe not tomorrow. Maybe the next day or the day after that. I'll get back to you guys on that. When the Moon moves into Taurus. And it moves back into Venus. Right? When it's ruled by Venus. But then again, you know. Oh yeah, that's true. It'll probably be the same thing because Venus and Mars is in Leo. So, we'll have to wait for it to move into Mercury. So we'll see about... No, as a matter of fact, Mars is being ruled right now. Mars is in Aquarius. So, actually it's between the Sun, the Moon, Mars, and Aquarius. So Aquarius actually has some rulership over its age right now. See, I'm thinking, because I have a lot in my mind, and I'm remembering where the planetary positions are actually, you know, at right now. So now I'm like, okay, now I see the energy of the day. I see it now. I do see the flow as well, because I'm hitting on purpose. That's the sun. I'm hitting on action. That's Mars. I'm hitting on, you know, the age, right, and its influences, right? The age is automatically ruled by Aquarius, right? I mean, the age of Aquarius is automatically ruled by Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. So the age right now is actually Aquarius and Taurus, right? I mean, Uranus and Taurus, right? So that's the major energy. But Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is in Cancer, right? Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. So it's a back and forth between those planets for rulership of the age right now. But nonetheless, when it goes into Leo, when the sun goes into Leo and the sun rules itself, you know, that'll be a different energy. Totally different energy. But for the most part, Saturn has a very keen, strong influence over our age right now. So I'm paying extra importance to Saturn, because it's time for us to be more disciplined. See, we usually view Saturn as the adversary because we don't like to be held accountable for anything. We don't like to strap in and do what it is that we're supposed to do. You know, we don't like to buckle down and do what it is. We don't like to handle our responsibilities, to do our chores. Right? We like to be lazy. We like to be fed, spoon-fed. Right? Have everybody do everything for us. Convenience. Saturn doesn't deal with convenience. Saturn deals with you doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. Right? But what I'm here to tell you is, if you align yourself with that, and you don't let Saturn's energies and influences force you into doing it, it's more prosperous for you. Right? So align yourself with Saturn. Right? Put a ring on your ring finger. That's the Saturn finger. Not talking about legal marriage. Talking about getting Saturnine rings and putting them on your ring finger so you can vibrate to that wavelength. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Do your scrying, which I'm scrying right now because I'm recording on an ebony box that has an ebony screen. That's scrying. That's your magic right there. Right? When you look at TV, you're scrying. But what are you programming yourself with? Are you looking at programs that's inspiring you to actually do something with your life? Or are you looking at something to program you to get back out there and be a slave? You know? Good little corporate citizen that believes that they're actually a part of this nonsense. That's a business and not a country. Right? Is that what you're about? Or are you about handling your business? Right? Are you watching programs that are helping you out? When you get on YouTube, that's a form of television. That's a form of media. What music are you listening to? Listen to ratchet music? Alright, cool. Which ratchet people? I'm listening to Jeezy, because at least he's dealing with thug motivation, trying to motivate you to be better. Y'all just listening to people talking garbage, and then they're just talking garbage. And that's it. Right? So, even if what you are viewing is low level, if it's low level inspiration, it's still in line with Saturn. So you're still satisfying the needs that need to be satisfied during the time. Right? This is the last day of the week, so this video was very long, but it was very special. It was very on point. It was very necessary. Right? Because a lot of people need to harp on Saturn. They like to move away from their responsibilities. Oh, I can shirk my responsibilities. If you look at that, shirk responsibilities. If you know anything about Islam, shirk It's when you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. You know, shirk and jerk your responsibilities. Not trying to do that. Don't be a part of that. Keep it real. Keep it honest. Keep it responsible. Keep it organized. And you'll keep it abundant. So, that about wraps it up for today. I'll be back tomorrow with day 8 edition, because we already been through Sunday, so it'll be more emphasis on the numerology of the days. And, you know, we out here in nature, like Ralph Smart would say, breathing in that good-ass prana, baby. Shout out to Ralph Smart. Right? And, oh yeah, and the number 7 correlates to Pisces, as a matter of fact. Super shout out to that. Right? Number 7 deals with, the number 7 deals with investigation. It deals with metaphysics and science. Right? It deals with solitary work. And it correlates to Pisces. Right? How smart is a Pisces? A lot of father was a Pisces. If you look at the whole Yahushua story, it's centered around the Piscean age, which we just came out of, which some people are still operating under, because we're still on the cusp of that. So there's still tendencies of the Piscean age, and a lot of people are having the negative tendencies of dogma, right? Where some of us are more enlightened in our thinking. We're vibrating more on the Aquarian age. Me personally a lot, because my Jupiter is in Aquarius, so I have an abundance of Aquarian energy. So I'm definitely vibrating to this age. Neptune is in Pisces. So planet 7, I said planet 7, the number 7 is in its total rulership. Why? Because 7 represents Pisces, right? Correlates to Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is in Pisces. Neptune is extrasensory perception, and Pisces is empathy, which is an extrasensory perception, because you can sense the feelings of other people. That's extra. You know, so those type of people need to do solitary work. Right? Those people need to investigate. Those type of people, they need to deal with the metaphysical. Right? They need to be solitary, because they're taking on everybody's feelings. So they need time to recharge, to purge all of that. So they actually have a relationship with Pluto. Or they need to develop a stronger relationship with Pluto, so they can purge all of the feelings that they've been getting in